Hi everyone. Thank you so much for coming out to see the film and for attending the conference. Like I said at the top of the evening, the conference was a real inspiration for me and our entire team to actually produce what you saw on the screen today. And once again, my name is Jean-Philippe Tremblay. I'm from Montreal, Canada. And I'm sitting here with people that you just saw on the screen. They hardly probably need an introduction, but I will introduce them anyways. Beside me is Amy Goodman from Democracy Now!, author and journalist. And next to Amy is Norman Solomon, founder of Institute for Public Accuracy. And next to Norman is Robert McChesney, the founder of Free Press, author and journalist. And before I pass off the microphone to Amy, who's going to moderate and take part in our discussion and also ask questions from the audience, I just wanted to say that it was such an honor for me to have these three people along with everyone else in the film, because me as a filmmaker, I'm only as good as the people that come and speak in the film and tell their stories. And the way that they came and talked in front of the camera when I went to visit them, and the way it comes across in the film, I'm just so blessed as a filmmaker to have them be a part of it. And just thanks again for coming and supporting the film. Thank you. Here's Amy.
How about another round of applause for this film, for this remarkable Jean-Philippe, if you could tell us what has happened with this film right now. This is the premiere of the film here in the United States?
Yeah, this is the very first time it's ever been shown in the United States. We finished the film 14 months ago. I guess when I finished the film, like any new film, I mean, I've been making films for the last 20 years, but this is my first feature film. And like any filmmaker, I dreamt of going to the Sundance Film Festival. And we finished our film, I think, in that fall, in time for Sundance in January. And we were not accepted into the festival, unfortunately.
Why?
They didn't have room for the film. I had a letter, a personal letter, that had a lot of accolades for the film and wishing a lot of success, but they did not have room in the film festival for this film. And we went on to apply to more and more American film festivals, the big ones and the medium-sized ones that we all know and love. And I kept getting these letters of, I mean, to make a long story short, they're letters of rejection, really. That being said, we did apply at film festivals around the world, and we were accepted around the world on every continent. Some of the biggest documentary film festivals in the world. We premiered in Toronto at Hot Docs. We were in Amsterdam at IDFA. That's the biggest international documentary film festival in the world. We were in Berlin, in Germany, nominated for the most valuable film of the year, along with the other 5 films that were nominated for Oscars. I'm talking about Searching for Sugarman, which actually won the Oscar. Great film, all great films. The Gatekeepers and 5 Broken Cameras. Along with us, we were, so that we have had a lot of recognition outside the United States. To be fair, for a world premiere, Nashville Film Festival did invite us, but it was Toronto was at the same time, Hot Docs, so we had to make a choice. So we went to premiere at the bigger film festival, because Hot Docs in Toronto is the biggest film festival in the Americas in terms of documentaries. So credit to Nashville. And also Fallbrook in California, who are starting, I think, next week, did invite us. But then we decided to come here. We made an agreement with independent distributors here in the U.S., Link TV and KCET. They are here tonight streaming this discussion, and they're streaming it for free for the next 2 weeks. So I think it's kind of conducive for us to put the information out there, put the film out there, and so people can see it for free at least for the next 2 weeks. And then we're going to see what happens as well. We also have educational distribution with a company called Bullfrog. They've been operating here for decades. They're absolutely amazing. So if you want to see the film, if you want a DVD, if you want to make your own screening, you can go via Bullfrog at the time being. Look on our website for more information about that, because we're going to keep updating with more distribution. We hope it's going to come out in theaters. We'd love to have that. We've called plenty of independent theaters that, again, have rejected the film. But a month ago, we started a theatrical release in Canada, in major cities, and I've been touring Canada, welcoming audiences. They just can't get enough of this film, and I'm hoping the same thing is going to happen here in the U.S. And from what I can see here, from your support, it's a very good start this evening, yes.
Get ready with your questions also. But Bob McChesney, talk about the significance of this film. As a media scholar, you've written many books on the media, and just what Jean-Pierre is doing here, and Jean-Philippe is doing here, and what, where do you think we have to go from here?
Well, we've got a lot of written words about media and making media criticism, and the three of us are responsible for a lot of them that people can read. But there's nothing quite, we're an audiovisual species, and there's nothing quite like a film for conveying information effectively. And unfortunately, there's been a paucity of films like this one. There have been a few others, but nothing recently, and nothing of this quality recently, certainly. And I think that this is one of the tragedies that a film like this is basically, for lack of a better word, except for Nashville, verboten in this country. The country it's about, the country the people in it are from. But if you live in Norway or Germany, you can learn of these issues and hear about it. So it's being denied its audience. It's sort of a proof of what the film's all about in many respects. The illusion of freedom was really a narrowing of the range of discourse dramatically. So it's a great accomplishment. We have to do everything we can to help people become aware of this film, doing what resources we can. And we need more films like this. I mean, we want this to be a success because we want to encourage lots of filmmakers to be making films like this, not just about media, but about all the issues we care about, because they are such an effective way to communicate.
And Norman Solomon, this is something you've been dealing with for many, many years, is the way the media spins the most critical issues of the day, like war, which is what you've written about.
Well, it's the proverb of the fish in the water and the challenge for us to discern what's around us all the time. The deference to official sources, the reliance on the U.S. government sourcing, the deferring to corporate power, these are so omnipresent that it's like every morning we need to wake up anew and say, these poisons of conformity and deference to corporate state power need antidotes. We need to be able to build the kind of analysis, institutions, and political movements that can be an effective counterforce. And so, in that context, I want to emphasize how important it is to support this film that we just saw. Because if it's up to corporate America, it will be buried. And it's up to us to make sure that it stays alive and flourishes. While I'm at it, and I could go on all night, and I promise I won't, but we need to support democracy now, every day, because it supports us every day. And while I'm giving a heartfelt plug, you'll remember towards the end of this film, there was talks about the internet and the threat to the freedom and viability of an independent cyberspace. There's a new book out. It's called Digital Disconnect, written by Bob McChesney. I want to recommend it to everybody here. It's vital. And that takes me to a segue, whether we're talking about coverage of war, what's in our daily media and what is not in terms of a mass media. When we look at the problems that this film exposes, those problems of media are concentric with the problems of our country and the world every single day. The deference to corporate power, the militarism, the authority that comes not from morality, but often from amorality or even anti-morality, of pursuing profit over human well-being. And I think this is a challenge that we're facing now with, so to speak, a growing maturity of the media analysis and media reform movements. That it's true that the issue is the media, but it's also true that the media are interwoven with the political economy and interwoven with political power. And in some sense, and I think I'll close this comment on this note, in some sense, the media reform movement has tried to transcend politics. And of course, we need to try to build alliances however we can. But there is no transcending the fact that media exists and is interwoven with the political economy, who runs the economy of this country, and the United States government. And we're going to have to grab the capacity to organize politically so that the people who appoint and approve the FCC and those who are able to have Wall Street run roughshod over the country, they're going to have to reckon with the growing movement.
Now on U.S. airwaves, a global channel of uncompromising stories. World news, documentaries, entertainment, and culture. Link TV, connecting you to the world. For more information, visit linktv.org.